1976.
There we see Sterling Marlin, who lost a lap earlier with a flat tire, trying to get one of his laps down. He's on the move, trying to get inside Rudd, who is trying desperately to stay in front of Ernie Irvan. And look at Sterling Marlin go.
And look at Hut Stricklin. He says, "Okay, Sterling, if you want to lead the way, I'll join you."
Ooh, baby. That was so close.
That's great. It was. Now the battle for the lead continues. Sterling.
Look at Rusty Wallace on the inside in the line. Oh.
He had the left side tires down where you just don't go.
Oh, and the spin.
Hut Stricklin.
And and Richard.
A massive crash coming off turn number 3.
The racetrack is completely blocked. There's Dale Earnhardt backing down the racetrack.
Darrell Waltrip is involved. Dale Earnhardt, Ricky Rudd, Bobby Hillin, King Richard almost flipped, but he is among those that is running.
There's Earnhardt's car. We see some heavy damage to the left front. Rudd pulling away.
Here comes Rudd pulling away, as is Alan Kulwicki, and Dale Earnhardt is headed the wrong way on the racetrack, but now comes into pit road.
We see some heavy damage to that 42 car right in the left side of the screen.
Darrell Waltrip is against the inside wall. And poor Darrell suffers a second crash in as many races. The GM Goodrich crew going to work now on the 3 car.
Of course, the pit road is closed. They're still waving the flag up there, but Earnhardt figured he couldn't go around the racetrack. He just went up to the end of there's Richard Petty's car, but Earnhardt did come in with this even though it was closed, so they're working on the car.
There's the King, and there's Darrell Waltrip's battered Western Auto Lumina.
We can see the damage that he's done to the guardrail. See the Ford sign?
Oh, yeah.
How the guardrail is bent where Darrell has run into it. So there's some heavy damage to the front of his car. We see the emergency people talking to Darrell.
It looks like he was trying to start the car, and maybe he was thinking about getting going. Let's hope that is the situation. The 25 car is also on pit road, as is Dale Earnhardt. Well, it all happened as Hut Stricklin and Ernie Irvan were battling for the lead in turn 3.
They're coming off the corner. Ernie runs up and just touches the 12 car in the back enough to send him spinning. Hut almost saves it, but then he goes back across the racetrack, and look at Richard go over the nose of that 5 car. Here comes Earnhardt. He hits the 5. The 42 car comes off the wall, and boom, Darrell Waltrip hits the 42 car and then goes into the inside retaining wall.
I'll tell you, it's lucky that somebody didn't hit the abutment there separating the racetrack and pit road.
Here it is again, Hut up high. And you see, when they're coming off that turn, fellas, they can't just cut those cars to the left and get out of the way because the momentum is going to the outside of the track. And so when something's in the way out there, they just aren't able to do much with the cars.
There we see the 42 car once again right in the smoke as he comes off.
Now, I have to keep my eye on Dale Jarrett. You know, he's sort of coming down through there for the 4th time today. He has weaved his way through one of those things. The gods are riding with him.
Here it is from the speed shot. You can see how Richard Petty's car gets way up in the air. It goes over the nose of 2 others.
It comes back down, luckily, on its wheels.
Stricklin spins down to the end of pit road and out of the way of the other cars at least.
There we see the 42 car once again just spin right in front of Darrell Waltrip.
As far as the cleanup here on the main straightaway, both Bobby Hillin's and Darrell Waltrip's cars are on the hook, being taken off of the racetrack, and it appears as if all drivers are in pretty good shape. But a lot of work has to be done on pit road to get some of these cars back in action. Back in a moment. I thought that kind of thing was over, but I guess not.
17 is done. The 42 is definitely done.
Was there anybody hurt? Do you know?
I know. Kenny, did you see?
three lose a lap or not? Yes. Yes, 3 lost a lap.
Man, oh man.
Did 5 lose a lap?
Did all of them get out of the cars there? Kenny, did you see?
Yeah. Along the way. I didn't see. I don't think 5 lost a lap, Kenny. 5 was already a lap there.
Yeah.
Yeah. With Gene. Yeah. Yeah.
Our 8th caution period of the day, certainly the most serious of the afternoon, as a massive crash has eliminated several cars, and the cleanup procedure is underway here on the main straightaway. The accident in turn number 3, and Ricky Rudd is among those who was involved in the crash, and the crew is working on that car. There is the area here on the main straightaway. Darrell Waltrip hit that inside wall and caused the damage. Now, a replay of the crash from Dale Jarrett's in-car camera. Let's listen.
And that's the thing that you want to do when the wreck is over. Get out of there as soon as you can, because somebody's going to come and tag you if you don't.
You know what that shot reminded me of? Remember Days of Thunder when Cole Trickle drove through the crash? That looked exactly the way it was. Let's go to Jerry Punch on pit road.
Actually, Bob, we're back in the garage area, and Darrell Waltrip has climbed out of his car and is hugging his wife, Stevie. He is okay, obviously upset, but Darrell stayed in the race car. They brought the race car back into the garage area, and he was directing the repair efforts for the car here in the garage area. The crew now working feverishly to put this Western Auto car back together, and Darrell is here watching him work on the car. DW, first of all, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just really disgusted. You know, I don't know what's going on. It must be the summer heat, but we got some guys that are just not using any judgment.
How bad's the car hurt, DW?
Oh, it's tore all to pieces. We might be lucky to get going. I doubt it, though.
Darrell Waltrip obviously frustrated, but he is all right and thankful for that. And the replay here is the crew now. Richard Petty's car getting airborne. The STP Pontiac, Stricklin sideways, Ricky Rudd sideways. Everything breaks loose. No way to stop. Earnhardt into the 5 car. Heavy damage to the front of the Goodwrench Chevrolet of Dale Earnhardt. Car spinning and sliding. Richard Petty now comes down and sliding sideways in the car number 43. A tough break for a lot of competitors, including Richard Petty. And Darrell Waltrip getting tagged by Bobby Hill, and his car goes head-on into the wall. And then thus they have the Western Auto Chevrolet now back in the garage area, trying to rebuild it. The front end, they will have to put a radiator, most of the front suspension. The motor seems to be okay. They are still looking at it here, but another tough day for DW.
Well, we talked at the opening how when you look into the eye of a storm, behind there could be disaster. And disaster has struck Darrell Waltrip for the 2nd consecutive race. He's okay. So is Bobby Hillin. Everybody appears to be okay, and that's where Darrell's Chevy ran into the wall right at the Ford side.
And we see the NASCAR official, Buster, over looking to make sure what they can do about the problem. John Kernan is down with Kenny Schrader. John?
Well, they're going to work here on the Kodiak Chevrolet. Kenny, a lot of damage on this front end. Can you fix it, do you think?
Oh, they'll get it fixed. These guys are good, but it won't put us up there in contention to win this thing, though.
What happened out there? I looked up and saw the cars coming down and just a bunch of smoke and just a big mess.
We were all in a pile going into 3, and we were 4 wide in the middle of that straightaway. We got down 2 wide. We looked pretty good, you know. And the 12 car started spinning. I don't know if he got help or what, but we made it through it. We didn't hit anything. We got run over from the back.
Thoughts from Kenny Schrader, who, by the way, has been a busy man. He has raced at various racetracks throughout the country 20 of the last 24 days.
But Kenny